The Nelson Clock Tower had always been a mysterious and foreboding place. It stood tall and proud in the center of town, its four faces keeping time for all to see. But behind the grand facade, there was a dark secret that few knew about. It was said that the ghost of a dentist haunted the clock tower, forever trapped within its walls. The story went that the man had been struggling with depression and, in a moment of desperation, had hung himself from one of the rafters in the tower. No one knew exactly when the tragedy had occurred, but it was said that the ghost had been haunting the clock tower ever since. Some claimed to have seen him wandering the halls late at night, his ghostly form flickering in and out of sight. Others swore they had heard his anguished cries echoing through the empty chambers. Despite the rumors, most people in town tried to brush off the ghost stories as nothing more than fanciful tales told to scare children. But there were a few who knew the truth, who had encountered the ghost firsthand and lived to tell the tale. One such person was old Mrs. Jenkins, who worked as a cleaning lady at the clock tower. She had been scrubbing the floors late one night when she suddenly felt a cold chill wash over her. She turned to see the ghost of the dentist standing just a few feet away, his face twisted in agony. Mrs. Jenkins was terrified, but she knew she had to do something. She gathered her courage and approached the ghost, speaking to it in a soothing voice. "I'm sorry for your pain," she said. "But it's time to let go. You must move on to the next world and find peace." To her surprise, the ghost responded. It nodded its head and slowly began to fade away, its tortured expression finally melting into a peaceful one. From that day on, the ghost of the Nelson Clock Tower was never seen again. And Mrs. Jenkins went on to tell her story to anyone who would listen, hoping to help others understand that it was never too late to find peace and move on from their suffering.